What is going on? It's Friday once again, and today's thought of the day comes from Buddha. And Buddha lived around 500 BC. And Buddha said this. He said, "The trouble is, you think you have time." Now, this was over 2,500 years ago. But the question here is, did Buddha's words stand the test of time? And my answer is yes, and here's why. Now, I learned this from a guy named Tai Lopez, an entrepreneur. Most people in the world today are patiently impatient, what he refers to as PIs. What does that mean? That means when it comes to goals, when it comes to health, wealth, love, and happiness goals, what most people tend to do is they create New Year's resolutions. What most people do is they create a start date and they set it way off on the horizon. And then when that date finally rolls around, they go way too hard and they get burnt out, or they don't see immediate progress from their efforts and they quit, or they get confronted with a little bit of heartache, they get discouraged, and they don't try again. They're very patient about starting, but they're impatient when they're immersed in the process. They have a slot machine mentality towards the natural process of success. They think that by just doing it once or twice, they're going to hit it big, when that's not the reality of life. What's worse is, by setting goals way off on the horizon to start, they're kind of saying to themselves, I'm okay with living a bad life between now and then. Now, if you invert it, what you and I have to be is what he refers to as impatiently patient, IP. What does that mean? That means if you want to start getting in better shape, if you want to start saving money, if you want to start creating social bonds or companionative love with people, if you want to start feeling a sense of purpose and value and fulfillment from what you do, it starts today, not tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. Someone who's impatiently patient realizes that it takes a sculptor approach, not a slot machine approach. Because a sculptor knows that it takes patient, deliberate swings of the chisel to create a masterpiece, not wild power strokes with a hammer. And what are most people doing today? Wild power strokes and getting nowhere. So what's the takeaway? The takeaway is we can't be too patient and we can't be too impatient. We can't always be planning. We got to be spending an equal or more amount of time doing. And we can't always be impatient in the sense that we have to realize that the process is going to take some time. We have to realize that we got to be patient when we're immersed in the grind, because that's why it's called the grind. We have to realize that we have to start as if we're going to die tomorrow, but stick with it as if we're going to live forever. That's it for now. I'll talk to you soon.